Let's go Falcons. He's been targeted more than half the time his quarterback drops back. Defenses know it, and they're adjusting. On the other side of the ball, there's one glaring weakness that every opponent has started to exploit, and it's costing yards, drives, and games. With the team on the verge of turning a good season into something great, two potential moves are hovering just beneath the surface. One could ignite the offense. The other could plug the one hole in an otherwise dominant defense. But which one should happen first? Let's see everything in detail, but first, click the like button and come with me. Michael Penix Jr. threw the ball 32 times against the Buffalo Bills. Out of those, 16 targets went to Drake London. That's exactly 50% of all his passing attempts directed at one receiver. Add to that another 8 targets to the running back, and you have a total of 23 passes, over 70%, going to just 2 players. When your second wide receiver, Casey Washington, only gets 2 total targets and your Pro Bowl tight end Kyle Pitts receives just 4, that's not just a trend. That's a red flag. It screams one thing loud and clear: the Atlanta Falcons need a legitimate WR2. This offense is running dangerously thin in terms of reliable receiving options, and defenses are starting to catch on. The absence of Darnell Mooney due to injury made the lack of depth even more glaring. And while there's belief that Mooney, when healthy, can be one of the best WR3s in the league, there's no certainty that he can hold up for a full season. Even more puzzling was the healthy scratch of Ray McCloud before the Bills game. The timing was curious. Mooney ruled out, and then McCloud pulled minutes before kickoff without any reported injury. That kind of last-minute decision usually means one thing in the NFL: trade preparation. The coaching staff may have benched him to keep him healthy as part of a potential trade package. And let's not pretend this is just speculation. League chatter is already starting to circulate. According to reports, including one from Slick Rick, who boasts a notable 70% accuracy rate on his scoops, the Miami Dolphins are actively shopping Jalen Waddle. If that's true, the Atlanta Falcons need to be first on the phone. Imagine a WR trio of Drake London, Jalen Waddle, and Darnell Mooney. That kind of receiver core would be one of the most dangerous in the league and would immediately elevate Michael Penix Jr.'s trajectory as a rookie quarterback. And this isn't just about helping Penix. This is about taking advantage of what's already a strong foundation. The Falcons currently have the best pass defense in the NFL, and they're ranked first in total defensive yards per game. Add to that a defensive unit that is third in sack percentage at 8.9% and sixth in QB pressure rate at nearly 40%. This team is closer than people think. They're not rebuilding, they're reloading. But there are still glaring needs that must be addressed if Atlanta wants to be more than a mid-season feel-good story. They need to become real playoff contenders. Defensively, the issue is equally pressing, albeit on the opposite side of the ball. Against the run, the Falcons rank 17th in the NFL. That discrepancy between their dominant pass defense and vulnerable run defense was exposed in brutal fashion during their 30-0 loss to the Carolina Panthers and again by the Buffalo Bills, who racked up 5, 6, 7-yard runs repeatedly during the second half. It's not that Atlanta lacks talent on the defensive line. Rooker Hororo, for example, leads the entire NFL in QB pressure rate among interior linemen with at least 80 pass rush snaps at 15.5%. That's elite. The problem is they lack that immovable object in the middle. The classic, big-bodied, two-gap clogging, nose tackle who doesn't need to rack up sacks but simply eats space and neutralizes inside runs. The Falcons have been relying on hybrid fronts and spread-out looks that favor angled attacks, which are great for disrupting passing lanes, but they leave massive vulnerabilities in the run game. Players like David Onyemata and Brandon Dorlus have tried to fill that role, but neither truly fits the profile of a pure nose tackle. And while it's tempting to experiment by calling up someone from the practice squad, the Falcons might be better served making a low-risk trade for a veteran. The name that keeps popping up? Shelby Harris. The Browns are reportedly shopping him, especially after drafting Mason Graham, who's taken over a key role on their defensive line. Harris may be 34 and past his prime, but he still boasts a run-stopping grade of 72.0 and could be had for a late-round conditional pick. The point is not to chase big numbers with Harris. You're not signing him to get sacks. You're bringing him in to hold the line, plug up holes, and allow the rest of your defense to continue dominating through the air. It's about situational strength. And let's be clear, this isn't a long-term investment. It's a rental. If the Falcons are serious about competing in January, adding a veteran like Harris could be the move that seals up the one weak spot in an otherwise top-tier defense. So the Falcons stand at a crossroads. They can either wait for Darnell Mooney to return and hope that solves their offensive imbalance, or they can be aggressive and pursue a trade for a receiver like Jalen Waddle. On defense, they can continue to patch things together with scheme and hustle, or they can take a flyer on a proven vet like Shelby Harris to bring physicality back to the middle of their defensive line. And now we ask you, the fans, if you had to choose just one, would you rather the Falcons trade for a dominant nose tackle to fix the run defense or swing big for a wide receiver to help Michael Penix Jr.? Let us know in the comments, because this decision could very well define how far the Falcons go this season. Let's break it down a little further. Trading for a player like Jalen Waddle doesn't just boost the offense, it fundamentally alters the way defenses prepare for Atlanta. Right now, without Mooney and with minimal production from anyone not named Drake London, defenses can stack the box and shade coverage heavily toward London. That limits explosive plays, narrows the playbook, and forces Michael Penix Jr. into more difficult reads. But if Waddle joins this lineup, suddenly, you've got a speedster who can stretch the field vertically, keep safeties honest, and open up more space underneath for Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson out of the backfield. And let's not understate how critical that is for a rookie quarterback. Penix has shown flashes of poise and precision, but he needs help. Rookie QBs need quick reads and high-percentage opportunities, not forced throws into double coverage. A Waddle acquisition instantly provides that. Meanwhile, Darnell Mooney becomes a luxury rather than a necessity, able to ease back from injury without pressure and eventually operate as the most dangerous WR3 in football. Now pivot back to the defensive side. Adding Shelby Harris might not be flashy, but it's the kind of move that teams make when they're serious about contending. It's about patching the one spot where opponents still feel like they can impose their will. If you don't fix that soft middle, teams like the Eagles or 49ers will exploit it in the playoffs. It's that simple. All the pass rush in the world won't matter if you're giving up 6 yards per carry and can't get off the field on 3rd and short. So maybe the Falcons should stop viewing this as an either-or situation. Maybe, just maybe, this team is in the perfect position to do both. They've built wisely through the draft. They've got elite defensive metrics in key categories. And they've got an owner in Arthur Blank who wants to win now. If there was ever a time to double down on your strengths and fix your weaknesses, it's right now. The trade deadline is looming, and the rest of the NFC South isn't exactly running away with the division. This is a window of opportunity, Falcons fans. You've got a defense that's already championship caliber against the pass, an offense with an electric rookie quarterback, and just a couple missing pieces. Pull the trigger on a playmaker. Bring in the veteran stopper. The time is now. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, like the video, and click the one that's on your screen right now. All the latest Falcons news, moves, and insights? You'll find them right here before anywhere else. Go Falcons!